The Auction One team today finds itself in the hamlet coastal town which is so popular of Port Alfred. And what do we have here but a stunning industrial property that will be taken for auction on the 1st of May 2025. The property is situated at 89 Alfred Street in Port Alfred. That is in the new and very sought after industrial area just off the high traffic area of Bathurst Road. The warehouse itself is 880 square meters in size, concrete flooring with expansion joints throughout. It's got a high volume steel structure. There's cladding on the roof, possibly 1/3 of the way down, and then you've got brick structure building all the way down to floor level. There are 3 roller shutter doors on the entrance to this building, which is fantastic for loading incoming and outgoing goods on this property. And currently there is a 3-phase power supply to the property and a prepaid meter. This property is substantial. Go and have a look around. You don't find these kind of properties in Port Alfred. I hope you're going to be the buyer. But you know what? We're not just selling this property on its own. We're going to have 3 auctions on the date. Auction number 1 is going to be the warehouse. Auction number 2 is going to be the business, which is a plastic rainwater tank manufacturing company which has been operating out of this property. For that, I have Dan with me who's going to explain a little bit more on the tank manufacturing business and what it entails, and that'll be sold separately, and at the end, the 3rd auction, we'll put the warehouse up together with the tank manufacturing company to be sold as a whole, and depending which ones we get the highest overall value for, well, that'll certainly then be to the victor on the day. Dan, can you explain a little more about the industry and the equipment that comes along with this property?
Right, we operate a 5,000 litre mould, so that gives you your 5,000 litre water tank. We've got a 2,550 litre tank, a 1,000 litre slimline tank, which is up to 2 meters tall as well. We've got a little 500 litre, which is really good for the backwash tanks for swimming pools. There's also a 200 litre drum tank as well. I don't know if you know those little blue drums. Those could also be manufactured out of this plant.
The oven is either run off paraffin or diesel, and certainly quite a piece of work on its own as well. That is based on a 3-phase power supply. Dan, as you said, it actually rotates the tanks with inside this oven whilst being manufactured. There will be the inventory list on our Auction One website for you to check out and see what comes with it. There are also trailers for carting to your clientele and customers. Dan, a little bit more about these trailers. They're sitting in front of me over here. They look rather large. How many tanks can you fit onto these trailers?
Right, depending on the size of the tank, we can fit up to 18 tanks per load, trailers in tandem.
Folks, if you thought that this property deal with this business has caught your attention, don't feel like you're the only one thinking like this. You have no idea how many inquiries, requests we get from folk who are upcountry, who are semi-grating down to the coastline. Port Alfred is an absolute winner with its top-class golf clubs, the Royal Alfred Marina, where you can go straight out the mouth on your ski boat fishing. To get from your home up to this property will take you probably 4 minutes. Your manufacturing ability, which you've learned upcountry, bring it down here to the coast. There are fantastic schools in close proximity. You have Grahamstown if you want the high-end St Andrews and Kingswood schools. Within Port Alfred, there's an excellent school as well. Yes, this is it. Dan, why don't you take us through some of the equipment and machinery that's going to be included in the sale of the tank manufacturing business?
Right, sure. Here we have our 5,000 litre tank mould. You can see it's mounted inside the actual rotomolding machine. We've got a 2.5 ton gantry which helps us to get the lid off and extract the actual product. We've got an oven here. This is a 3.5 meter long oven. We can cook up to 350 odd degrees. Depending on the product that you're making, you can set your temperature, timers, so on and so forth.
Within the oven, you explained earlier on 3-phase electricity for the rotation system within the oven, and then it either runs on diesel or paraffin, so you've
Correct.
got that option as well.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Just for clarity's sakes, we have another rotomolding machine with our 2,500 litre tank mold mounted in it. So at the end of the day, we're running 2 tanks at the same time. So one in the oven, one out on a cooling system, next one in, next one out on a cooling system, extract the tank, and start the process again.
Excellent.
Right.
What an assembly line, and it seems to run really smoothly.
Included we have here a 1.5 ton heister. The step ladder we generally require to either exchange the molds out of the rotomolding machine itself into maybe the slimline tank mold, or whatever the case is, whatever the production program is at the time.
Due to the simplicity and design of this warehouse and the high volume ceilings and the 3 entrances, you could easily use it for excellent warehouse and storage space. A lot of folk need to store boats in Port Alfred. This could be ideal. Straight out, pop it out the door here, onto the toll road, and down to the marina you go. So really, whether it's manufacturing, storage, maybe even engineering or mechanical warehousing which you may require, this certainly ticks all the boxes.